Welcome back to The Race. I'm Chris Stewart. Right now we're here inside SRI International in Silicon Valley. This is a research nonprofit that does a ton with robotics, but this is also the place where things like the computer mouse and even Siri was invented. Now the people here are working on the next big inventions and also very aware that security is more important than ever before.
I really enjoy being part of the future, trying to imagine what the future is and to live in that future as much as possible. SRI is a research institute. We're a nonprofit and not-for-profit institute founded by Stanford University.
What's studied in this room?
In this room is the Internet of Things Center, where we're trying to understand the security and privacy aspects of Internet of Things. The Internet of Things is this growing world where everything is a computer. So your refrigerator and your car are computers now.
Is there more focus now on privacy? Do you think people care about it more than maybe they did 5-10 years ago?
I think there's now more recognition that computer security matters and that the private information that you have on your computer should stay private, and that there are unfortunately threats to that based on the vulnerabilities out there in the world, in your devices as well as the internet. There's a huge trend of moving more and more data to the cloud, right? So this Amazon, Google, Microsoft have very large cloud offerings. If my private data is out there in the cloud, how protected is it? So one of the trends is trying to lock that down, to provide real guarantees.
How big of a challenge is that, to actually have that guarantee that my information isn't going to just go somewhere that I don't know?
So sadly, it's very hard. Sadly, this is a difficult research problem.
How optimistic are you that these challenges that we're facing now, these concerns that people have, will not be a bigger issue moving forward?
So the good news is there's some brilliant people engaged in this topic, trying to understand the concerns and then identify ways to move forward and provide security and privacy for people's data out there in the internet. There's a great deal of progress being reported in academic conferences, new breakthroughs in how to encrypt data in a way that allows one to compute with it, but yet protect the privacy of those data that's used.
Now, when a big-time data breach happens, the truth is the companies typically estimate just how many people are affected. Annie Taylor taking a look at just how many people are impacted by these breaches.
Let's start by defining data breaches. Basically, they happen when private information becomes public. Now, we teamed up with our partner, PolitiFact, to get a real sense of how often these breaches happen and who they affect. In short, they're on the rise, and there's a push for better responses. The Privacy Rights Clearinghouse estimates that since 2005, more than 9,000 breaches have exposed more than 11 billion records. That includes individuals, businesses, government agencies, and the military. Experts want better laws to make sure that people know when their information is exposed. Right now, there are no federal laws, only individual state laws that experts say need to be updated. Consumer Reports says everyone should do 5 things to protect their information before the hackers hit. They range from computer updates to using software that manages passwords. Now, experts also say that the good news is that all these breaches are inspiring the good guys to lock hackers out. I'm Annie Taylor for The Race.
Much more when The Race continues from Silicon Valley.